Raising a 1-year-old is a journey filled with wonder, surprises, and endless opportunities for growth, both for the child and the parent. At this magical age, children are like little explorers, eager to discover the world around them with every sense they possess. Their tiny hands reach out to touch, grasp, and examine. Their curious eyes gleam with excitement at every new sight, and their contagious laughter fills the air as they delight in even the simplest things. As parents, it's easy to feel the pressure to teach, instruct, and guide every step of the way. Yet, the true key to nurturing a 1-year-old lies not in constant teaching, but in patience, observation, and creating a supportive, safe environment that allows them to be themselves. Imagine the world through the eyes of a 1-year-old. Every object is a mystery to be unraveled. A spoon is not just a utensil, it's something to wave, bang, drop, and even taste. A cardboard box becomes a fort, a drum, or a treasure chest. The family pet is a fascinating creature, equal parts friend and enigma. The everyday moments that adults take for granted are, for a child, thrilling new adventures. At this age, learning happens organically, fueled by curiosity and the natural desire to engage with the environment. This is why, instead of feeling compelled to fill every moment with structured lessons or instructions, parents are encouraged to take a step back and observe. Watch your child as they play with blocks, stack them, knock them down, and build them up again. Listen to their babbles, giggles, and bursts of laughter as they respond to your smile or a silly sound you make. In these moments, children are learning about cause and effect, developing fine and gross motor skills, and forming the foundation of language and social interaction. Patience is the guiding principle. Children at this age operate on their own timeline. They may try to put on their shoes, becoming frustrated as they fumble with the straps. They may insist on feeding themselves, even if half the food ends up on the floor instead of in their mouths. During these times, it's tempting to step in and do it for them. But by allowing them to try, fail, and try again, you're giving them the precious gift of independence. You're telling them, in your quiet, loving way, that it's okay to make mistakes, that learning is a process, and perseverance matters more than immediate success. Observation is another essential ingredient. By observing, you come to understand your child's unique interests, temperament, and pace of development. You notice the way their face lights up when they see a favorite book or hear a familiar melody. You see how they approach new challenges, some with caution, others with boldness. You learn when they need comfort and when they're ready to explore on their own. Through observation, you become attuned to their signals, able to respond in ways that nurture their sense of security and confidence. Creating a safe and supportive environment is equally important. At this age, children are naturally inclined to move, touch, and explore. By ensuring that your home is free of hazards and filled with age-appropriate toys and materials, you give your child the freedom to satisfy their curiosity without unnecessary restrictions. A safe environment doesn't mean a sterile or overly controlled space, but rather one where exploration is encouraged and boundaries are clear. Cover sharp corners, lock away dangerous substances, and provide soft play areas where your child can crawl, climb, and tumble as they learn about their own physical capabilities. But safety is not just about the physical environment. It's also about emotional security. When children know that their caregivers are nearby, attentive, and responsive, they feel safe to venture out and try new things. This sense of trust forms the foundation for all future learning and development. It's built not through words, but through consistent actions, responding to cries, offering hugs, and being present, both physically and emotionally. Language development is another remarkable aspect of this stage. While a 1-year-old may only have a handful of spoken words, their understanding is far greater. They're absorbing the rhythms, tones, and meanings of language simply by listening to the conversations around them. By narrating your activities, "Now we're putting on your shoes," "Let's wash your hands," "Look at the big red ball," you help your child make connections between words and actions. Reading together, even if your child only wants to flip through the pages or point at pictures, fosters a love for books and storytelling that will last a lifetime. Perhaps one of the most profound lessons for parents is the importance of letting go of expectations. Every child develops at their own pace. Some may walk early, while others prefer to crawl a bit longer. Some may be chatterboxes, while others are quieter, taking in the world with thoughtful eyes. Comparing your child to others or to arbitrary milestones can lead to unnecessary worry. Instead, focus on the small victories, those first steps, the first time they stack 2 blocks, the first time they say mama or dada. Celebrate progress, no matter how incremental, and trust in your child's natural ability to learn and grow. The role of play cannot be overstated. For a 1-year-old, play is not just a way to pass the time. It's the primary vehicle for learning. Through play, children experiment, solve problems, and express their emotions. Simple games like peekaboo teach object permanence. Building with blocks hones spatial awareness and coordination. Imitative play, such as pretending to talk on the phone or feed a doll, fosters imagination and empathy. As a parent, joining in these games, following your child's lead rather than directing the play, shows your child that you value their interests and creativity. Another key aspect of nurturing a 1-year-old is routine. While flexibility is important, having predictable patterns in the day provides a sense of security. Regular meal times, nap times, and bedtime rituals help children anticipate what comes next, reducing anxiety and meltdowns. These routines do not need to be rigid schedules, but rather gentle rhythms that anchor the day and provide comfort in a world that is otherwise full of new and sometimes overwhelming experiences. Food and nutrition are also central at this age. As children transition from milk to solid foods, they begin to explore a wide range of tastes and textures. Mealtimes can be messy, and not every new food will be a hit. But patience is again essential. Offer a variety of healthy options, and resist the urge to pressure your child to eat more than they want. Children are remarkably good at regulating their own hunger and fullness cues when given the opportunity. Sleep is another area where patience pays off. 1-year-olds may experience sleep regressions, night wakings, or changes in nap patterns. While it's natural to worry about whether your child is getting enough rest, remember that sleep, like all aspects of development, is a process. Establishing a calming bedtime routine, a bath, a story, a lullaby, can help signal that it's time to wind down. And if your child needs comfort in the middle of the night, know that this need for closeness is both normal and temporary. Social development is blossoming at this age too. Your child may begin to show preferences for certain people, toys, or activities. They may watch other children with fascination or imitate the actions of adults. While true sharing and cooperation are still a ways off, the seeds of empathy and social understanding are being planted. Encourage positive social interactions, but don't force them. Allow your child to observe and engage at their own pace. Emotional outbursts are common and expected. As children strive for independence, they may become frustrated when they can't do something on their own or when they're unable to communicate their needs. Tantrums at this age are expressions of emotion, not willful disobedience. Respond with empathy, acknowledge your child's feelings, offer comfort, and help them find words or gestures to express themselves. Over time, this emotional support helps children develop self-regulation and resilience. In all things, remember that your presence is the most valuable gift you can offer. In a world that sometimes values achievement over process, it can be tempting to focus on what your child can do, how many words they know, how well they walk, how quickly they learn new skills. But the greatest gift you can give your child is the freedom to be themselves, to explore the world at their own pace, and to know that they are loved unconditionally. As the days pass, you'll witness remarkable changes. The once tiny infant who relied on you for everything is now asserting their independence, forming opinions, and showing preferences. There will be moments of joy and laughter, but also moments of exhaustion and frustration. Through it all, your patience, observation, and gentle guidance will lay the foundation for a lifetime of curiosity, confidence, and compassion. Every child is a unique individual, full of potential and promise. By embracing the roles of patient observer and devoted guide, You empower your child to discover who they are and what they can become. Trust in the process, celebrate the small steps, and savor the journey. For in these early years, you are not only teaching your child about the world, you are learning together, side by side, every day.